Hey guys, today we're gonna do another review. It's the product from the company called Outchair. Here's the logo. I may have to put it on screen at some point. So they have a chair from Outchair. They have a picnic blanket, and they have something that they call a Heat Pad Pro. Don't really know how to call what to categorize that product as, but Laura will tell you more about it in a minute. And yeah, we'll tell you more about those products right now. Set some stuff up around here.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, Laura, so what are those products? How does they work? What do you like about them? Tell me everything.
Okay, let's start with the one that you are sat on right now, which is called the Comforter L, and L just means large, so it's not just, like they do different sizes of this.
So it's not Laura.
It's not Comforter Laura, no. So this is an electric blanket, however it does couple up quite nicely as a picnic blanket. So yeah, it's just a nice warm blanket, which... Are you enjoying sitting on it right now?
Yes,
or?
so it's actually warming myself up quite nicely. I'm quite toasty right now. If you guys don't know, it's actually winter right now in New Zealand, so it's quite a crisp day. And I have to be honest, we are both quite warm right now.
Yes. So so yeah, the Comforter L, that is a really nice electric blanket which you can take camping with you, and it rolls up really compact and has some extra little bits to sort of, you know, keep it all together once you roll it up, and you also can put it in a bag once it is rolled up as well. The bag comes also with the product. So yeah, that's what basically the Comforter L is. But yeah, you can use it throughout the daytime like we are, or go camping with it to keep you nice and toasty in your tent, because we know that trying to stay warm while camping can sometimes be quite a challenge. So this is really quite a good thing to sort of combat that as well. So that's just a brief overview of the Comforter L. Next we shall talk about what I'm sitting on right now, which is the Backup, named because it's keeping my back up. It's quite nice. So yeah, it's a camping chair without the legs, so without the extra hassle of having like extra weight to carry around and stuff. And so what it does, it folds up in half, and it has two straps, so you can just carry it on your shoulder. It's really that easy. So that's how that's designed. I'll get more into how they all heat up in just a second. And then we also have this one, which is the Heat Pad Pro. Maybe you want to hold it the right way up. So that's the Heat Pad Pro, which, yeah, I suppose Robin was right. I don't really know how to categorize this because it is so versatile. You can use it for quite a few different things. So you can sit on it if you're like you're on a picnic bench and you want to warm up your booty, then that is good for that. I've seen photos actually on the Outchair website of people using that while kayaking, for example. But one thing that I think would be really awesome to use that for is when you're camping, and if you need extra heat in your sleeping bag, for instance, then it's kind of like instead of using a hot water bottle or something, which, I mean, who can be bothered really carrying a hot water bottle around with them when they're camping? So that folds up really small into its own little bag as well. So there's a few different uses for that one. That's very versatile. So how do these things heat up, and what makes them a portable heated camping equipment? So yeah, they all have power banks, quite small power banks that come with them. And so all you have to do is plug the product into the power bank, and it just fits into a pouch with a zip, just as Robin's done there. And then once you've plugged it in, you have a little button here which it lights up when you first plug it in to show that you've got power in your power bank, and then after that you just have to give it a little press for 3 seconds, and then it turns red. Because it's super sunny right now, you can't really see that, but it does turn red.
It is red.
Yep, and that means that it is on the highest setting right now, meaning that it's on like the highest heat. So yeah, but if that heat is too high for you, then you can click once for a lower heat, once again for an even lower heat. But personally, I always have them on the highest heat because that's just so warm and comforting. I just really like that. So I always have it on the highest heat. But if you do tend to like get too hot too quickly, then there are options to make it cooler. So that's always handy as well. And it's so like, that's as easy as it is to use. Just plugging it in, pressing a button, and then it starts heating. It takes about 5 minutes to start heating up. You can start to feel the heat sort of happening in certain select areas of it, and then slowly it spreads out across the pad. So it sort of heats up in one area and then starts to drift into different areas of whatever you're sitting on or using. So the heat that is used for these products is infrared technology. So that's quite different. I've never seen any other camping equipment that has that. So that's really cool. And on the Outchair website, it does say that there's quite a lot of health benefits to infrared technology. So that's I mean, we aren't scientists or health professionals or anything, so we can't really vouch for all of all the accuracy of that. But you can definitely head onto their website and check out all the different health benefits that they list on there. Like they have things like it helps with blood circulation and muscle recovery, for instance. So yeah, I mean, I just feel nice and warm and comfortable when I'm on it. So that there's a health benefit for you. Is there anything that you would like to add, Robin, about these Outchair products?
All right, so I'm gonna go through a quick disclaimer. Because obviously, nowadays you have to do disclaimers for everything. We got those products to try for free. We just got them to try though, so we're gonna send them back. It was just to try because they just launched in New Zealand and they were like, hey guys, do you want to try those products? We have not been paid to make this video, and we do not keep the products for free to make this video. However, we still recommend it, and I'm still gonna put as a disclaimer that this video is sponsored just in case, so YouTube is happy about it. Okay, so now let's talk about the negatives about it. So Laura kind of gave you the full sales speech about it. Let's talk about the negatives. The first thing that I would like to point out is that I personally feel like, I'm just going to turn it off so I can show you some example. So I feel like when you have a suite of products like those one here, you get a chair, you get a blanket, you get a HeatPad Pro, the fact that every single one of the power bank is different and has different adapter when it comes down to charging it. So this one, for example, is USB-C. This one is going to be the normal micro USB. And this one here will be a different one yet again. Yeah, you don't have to take it out, it's all good. So the fact that they're all different makes it a little bit of a hassle when you're at home and you want to charge everything before your trip. So that's a little bit of a hassle. I kind of understand what they went for though, because they're all kind of full power banks. So there is multiple USB plugs on there, so you could be heating up while charging your phone and all those kind of things. And also they definitely need, for the chair, they definitely do need a much larger power bank to power the whole thing. So therefore it's a bigger power bank which requires like more power. So I kind of understand it. I'm just looking as a consumer perspective. I'm like, oh, I wish the all the plugs would be the same. So it's really not a big deal. But if I have to be nitpicking and if we decide to do some more review for you guys, we also want to be super fair and have those things. So I'm gonna replug that because I want to keep warming up. Again, it is pretty cold today in New Zealand. It is winter. Cool. The next con that I want to cover is the location of the button for the chair. That is definitely the most flattering things for me to do. But the button is just right here. So I, when sitting on the chair, have clipped the button with my legs multiple times. Yeah. And so I've changed the settings. So it goes from like super hot to like normal hot to like not too hot. So I've changed the setting quite often just with my legs. Honestly, it's really not a big deal. It's just to be picky, but that's the other con.
I mean, once you're sort of aware it's there, you kind of like try and make sure that you don't. But I mean, at first I was switching it off by myself. Yeah. So yeah.
So we've been playing around with those products for a couple of weeks now. It's kind of fun. These things come with extra straps now, so you can like strap it to yourself when you walk around and everything. I haven't really tried to warm myself up like that on the outdoors, but like indoors and everything, it was kind of fun to, it's soothing for the back and everything. It was kind of a fun product to do. Is it a gadget? Yes, it definitely is a gadget, but can it make your life better? I'd say yes. My personal opinion is that most people nowadays travel with power bank. Honestly, this one is a really decent power bank, and it just comes with a heater that, you know, along with it. So even if you're in a, let's say you're in a hostel, or you're in one of those really kind of cold motels that New Zealand is famous for, that, you know, doesn't have much insulation, they have single glazing like windows and everything, or if you're in a camper van in New Zealand, honestly, it's really not a bad product to have. So yeah, it's now available in New Zealand. I think it's a pretty cool thing. So yeah, we're pretty stoked to actually play around with those things, and yeah, we are thanking Outchair for sending those things for us to play around with. If you want to learn more, there's an article on NZ Pocket Guide I'm going to link in the description below, all about how to stay warm in New Zealand. We also have some tips on like some extra tips to stay warm when camping in New Zealand. Is that correct? Yeah. Stay warm for camping in New Zealand, and we do talk about those Outchair products on there as well. And yeah, in the meantime, if you want to hit like and hit subscribe, it says thank you to all our hard work. Go ahead. We have some more reviews coming up soon, because you guys have been asking for some more of them. So here you go. And Laura, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, just my butt is feeling nice and toasty.
Thank you very much.
What a way to end.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye bye.